What's up, everyone? Today we're going to be going over one of the greatest mods you could do on your Mark III Toyota Supra on the cheap. Now, we've gone ahead and added an extra 100 horsepower by switching over to a V8, which gives us a lot more torque too. And we do plan on putting a lot more horsepower through this engine with the supercharger. We've taken 400 pounds altogether out of this car, and we still want to make sure that this thing can stop on a dime and give you 8 cents change. So how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to get rid of this guy right here, which is the original caliper, or rotor, sorry, rotor. We're going to go ahead and put this bad mama jamba on it. This is off of I think it's a Nismo 350Z from 2007. As you can see, this thing has a whole lot more meat on it. Weighs a total of 5 pounds more than the original. Now, funny enough, we're going to take the old single, rusted old piece of junk off of it. So single piston weighs 15 pounds. And we're going to put a Mercedes-Benz 2001 Brembo in its place. This weighs 5 pounds less than the original one. So our overall weight is going to stay the same at 3,320 by doing this mod, and we're going to be able to stop it on a dime. I don't know what that was, but I'm really excited about this because I already did one side. We're about to go over the other one. Oh yeah, EBC yellow stuff to top it off. And I had custom made brake lines from Meridians to get everything to jive, because the Mercedes-Benz is a bubble flare and inverted flare from Toyota. So, bubble, inverted. I can't believe it weighs the same. Crazy. Oh yeah, you will have to get different bolts that are about 9 millimeters longer, and you'll have to do some spacers, but I'll show you that in a second. First, let's compare. So I went ahead and just sorted out the strut situation. You guys aren't here for that. You're here for the brakes. We're going to go ahead and use this if it ain't broke break it bar. Slap her on here. And give her the old... Oh, actually, that wasn't too bad. The bottom one. Maybe. Oh. I stand corrected. We'll go ahead and use the "we're feeling strong today" bar. Oh yeah. Now we'll use the... I knew we had this the whole time. Now we'll use the... I'm a millennial, and I ugga-dugga. We'll save these for, I don't know what, something. Stick this underneath here. Get this loose. These, there's about nothing left on these. These are probably 30-year-old brake. Oof, these pads are just trash. Trash! They didn't owe me a dime. And then, this is fun. Not ha-ha fun, but fun. I had to find something. Anyways, what we're going to do, give her a tap. Day. And then we may have to throw a couple bolts in there, but based off what I'm seeing right here, I don't think they'll do anything. I think they'll just strip out. Let me knock this off. I'll be right back. Hammer beats rock every time. Now this was an ABS car, and if we were really nitpicky, we could switch this out to a non-ABS unit and save a couple more pounds. Not much. Also, they're incredibly hard to find, so we're going to stick with that. Now, critical thing we have to do is slip this right here on, and that is going to allow us to install, and I'll have the part number and size for this. Pick these off of Amazon. Make sure they're aluminum, not plastic, because these are hub centric. We need that. So this one we do have a little bit of rub, but I can see why. At some point this dust shield has been damaged. So we'll slide that back off. Grab our linesmans. Kind of work out that dent area. Again, I would rather not lose my dust shields. I like them. Okay, we have another little interference area. Trying to see if I can't find, oh, another dent down below. So this one, unlike the other one, has seen a thing or two. I don't know how this got dented, but we'll go ahead and sort that out real quick. If I can find my linesmans. It's beautiful. I mean, it started to touch it once I let it go, but yeah, we don't have to do any butchery to get that off. I've seen people like tin snip it off, and again, 2007 Nismo cross drilled 350Z rotors. They're perfect. Next, the installation of the actual caliper. So now that we got the old caliper off, we got the old lines out of the way, you can take the front passenger side. Remember, we need our Centric ring there. Slide that on. Make sure we have good clearance again, which we do. Here's the tricky part. This doesn't fit just if you slide her on. What you need is to center it. She's a little off, a little catawonkus. So we have these stainless steel washers, which equal out to just over 8.5 millimeters. Like I said, I was just even seeing if this was something that was truly viable. So now that I know, I'm going to order a couple more of these things, get them powder coated nice. I think red, because Brembo from the factory would be red. And I'm going for a factory look here. So we slide this on, like so. Actually, you know what I found earlier? Ow. If we take these, let's take that off for a second and get blinded completely by it. We take these guys right here, slide them on. 3 on the bottom, 3 on the top. Oh, almost forgot. Need our lock washers on the back. We do not need these things backing out on us. Go ahead, put our nice heavy duty. These are grade 10 bolts. Put our grade 10 heavy duty locking washers on the back. Just enough room to hold these 3. Now, another thing I want to do is, now that I know the approximate, or not the approximate, the appropriate size of our spacers, I'm going to take and mill out a couple stainless steel spacers off my lathe. But, you know, don't need to do it right now. It is so bright out, guys. For a change, the birds are chirping. Everything's happy. Everyone's All right, this thing's all right. Keep that in for, actually no, we'll take this out for now. All right, now make sure these things are, ouch. Now that these things are cinched in, we're going to make sure that they're good and tight. That's the wrong way. Remember, too tight, two pieces. We also need them backing out, though, you know. Too tight, two pieces, but we don't want them to go anywhere. Now, this is the real thing that I love about these. So the really cool thing about these brakes are how these go together, how you put your pads in, and how your hardware works. It's pretty straightforward. Slide this in. And then these start to go in. So if you're at Lime Rock or something like that and you're wearing through your brake pads and you need something fresh, you can actually do it pretty straightforwardly, although probably need some pretty hardcore gloves to be able to do it. But I don't know about you, but I like my fingertips. There we go. And then this hardware goes like this, slides through, clips in, same with that, clips in. And just like that, you have your Brembo brake setup. And we have the hydraulic line that still go on. And again, inverted bubble. So your Mercedes end is going to have a bubble flare and your Toyota end is going to have the inverted. Now what I'm planning on doing eventually is coming up with a solution where I can use the top two original lines and then use a third line which we can make up, but unfortunately these long lines are not going to cut it. So for now we're going to just use the ones we had made up at Meridian's, which is in Latham, New York. And I went with this setup, so that I could keep this as a control point inside one of the original points, and then we have to just fiddle with the rest of it. So let me go ahead and finish this up, and then the next thing is bleed it and take it for a ride. Well guys, I gotta say, I love the way this thing looks. I mean, just take a gander at that. It is freaking awesome. Definitely fills up the space of the 18-inch wheels. I probably still needed to go 18, but oh yeah, didn't add weight. It looks great. It's gonna stop awesome. And next thing is we have to bring it to Lebanon Valley and get some numbers done on it. So if you guys want to help support the channel, remember, have those t-shirts over at Blacktop Yacht Club. Everything from the Satellite to the GS. And if you are so inclined, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. And as always, keep your shiny side up, and God bless.